Song off the new CD is going to do this for any of you folks out there that ever waited tables. For the rest of you, I would like to remind you that one of the few jobs in the United States of America where you can legally be paid less than minimum wage is waiting tables, which is why gratuities are so important to these people. If they could have been born rich, I'm sure they would have chosen that. But as it is, they're waiting on the likes of you and me. Make sure you're real nice to them, because they got long memories. Long ass memories. They'll remember you for 2 or 3 fucking years. Honest to God. Well, she left her home at 16 years old and she split for California. But it all went wrong before too long, because her mama never warned her about the ways of the world and how young girls get caught up chasing labels. So now it's 10 years on and her dreams are gone. She's serving drinks and waiting tables. She'd rather be back in Tennessee, but her young man left her stranded. So she grabbed her coat and she hit the road, and she left there empty-handed. Now she dreams at night about catching a flight, and she would if she was able. But you see, the money's tight, so it's day and night, serving drinks and waiting tables. She was once somebody's daughter. She was the light of her daddy's life. She was once somebody's darling, and she was once somebody's wife. But nowadays she's a waitress, and she's trying to come to grips with all the trials and the tribulations of working just for tips. There's this trick they do with your W-2. They make your tips part of your wages. There's no benefits, and that check that you get is more or less outrageous. And now you see little girls don't dream about a world where they got to be a waitress. It's just something you do to get you through this part of all the changes. So now it's 15 years of serving beers, and it's made her strong and savvy. She hardly ever even breaks a sweat. Hell, ain't nothing is too heavy. And she puts up with the worst of us when we're drowning in our sorrow. She's an angel of mercy through and through, looking forward to tomorrow. She was once somebody's daughter, maybe kinda like your own. She was once somebody's darling, now she's far away from her home. She's working as a waitress, and she's trying to come to grips with all the trials and the tribulations of working just for tips. Now it ain't the kind of job you do if you're trying to make a lot of money. And sooner or later you get used to the drunks always calling you honey, and making fun of you for the work that you do, and acting like they're movie stars. And 20% is complex math for most drunks in a bar. And she was once somebody's daughter, now she got one of her own. She ain't no one's little darling, she kinda likes being on her own. So when it's time for y'all to go, just leave an extra buck or two, 'cause it's a real nice touch, and it ain't that much for putting up with me and you. It's a real nice touch, and it ain't that much for putting up with me and you.